Hi friends, and welcome to a unique Teaching Tuesday. Today we're going to be talking about solitude and silence. Now years ago, I didn't like theologian and author Henry Nouwen. However, I've come to appreciate his words and tone. What used to feel irrelevant is now wisdom to my ears, and I hope his words make sense to you as well. Speaking about this topic, Henry says, "We are usually surrounded by so much outer noise that it's hard to truly hear our God when He's speaking to us. We have often become deaf, unable to know when God calls us and unable to understand in which direction He calls us." A spiritual discipline is necessary in order to move from a life filled with noisy worries to a life in which there is some free inner space where we can listen to our God and follow His guidance. We do not take the spiritual life seriously if we do not set aside some time to be with God and listen to Him. Therefore, we must begin by carefully planning some solitude, Henry says. This desire for solitude is often the first sign of prayer, the first indication that the presence of God's Spirit no longer remains unnoticed. As we empty ourselves of our many worries, we come to know, not only with our mind, but also with our heart, that we are really never alone, that God's Spirit was with us all along. And so today, I'm going to share a photo of a woodland path and allow you 30 seconds of silence. And then I'll be back with some final words. Encountering silence is hard. While we can work to minimize the external noise, it's the internal noise that's hard to silence. Our brains flit from place to place, task to task. We feel more like Martha than Mary. Seeing all that needs done, we find it hard to simply sit at the feet of Jesus. So today, I'm encouraging you to find a place where you can be alone, where distractions are at a minimum, and you can spend some time sitting in God's presence. Perhaps there's a place in your home. Perhaps you need to venture into the woods or find a quiet corner in the church building. It doesn't have to be first thing in the morning or the last thing you do at night. Simply set a time, and as strange as it sounds, leave your Bible closed. Set aside all that needs done and spend time with God in solitude and silence. Take care, friends. I'll be back next week with a new edition of Teaching Tuesday.